Which players are expected to miss Week 8 due to injury? Who should you pick up in their stead? And what do we make of the long week-to-week injuries we're seeing with guys like Ricky Pearsall, Buckyirving, and Brock Bowers? I'm Dr. Payanis, and this is Week 8's Fantasy Football Injury Report. First, we should discuss the posterior cruciate ligament, or PCL. This is the ligament that is affecting both Ricky Pearsall and Brock Bowers currently. The PCL is located on the back of the knee. It's one of the four major ligaments in the knee, along with the ACL, LCL, and MCL. Both Bowers and Pearsall strained their PCLs, initially thought the injury was not very serious, tried to return, re-aggravated it, now have missed multiple weeks. As the PCL is the ligament on the back of the knee, it's sort of like walking on a wobbly stool right now for them without having all the support. Both of them have reported similar feeling in their knee. They're both young guys, probably a bit ebullient about their ability to return from this injury, and now they are being told to rest. We've seen PCL injuries be season-ending for guys like Lamarjackson and Christian McCaffrey, but we're most likely looking at grade 2 sprains, which usually have a 3 to 4 week recovery window, could be a little bit longer. So expect both of these guys back soon. I don't expect long-term repercussions from this injury either. Next, let's talk about hamstrings, specifically Lamar Jackson's hamstring and AJ Brown's hamstring. Both injuries are expected to keep the star players out this week in Week 8. Lamar Jackson's already missed several weeks, and this is a strain that I think will likely be fully recovered by the time that he comes to play Thursday. Because the Ravens have a short week and play Miami Dolphins on Thursday, I think they were just playing extra cautious with Lamar, wanting to make sure he was fully healthy for their franchise QB. This makes the Bears defense a solid play against the Ravens this week against Tyler Huntley. It also downgrades all players in the Ravens offense. I've been lower on AJ Brown than most experts since the beginning of the year because I worried about his volatility. You can see where I rank all players at my site, fansports.com. Add a new feature where you can see small injury tags, boom bust tags, other key tags for players to get more information about each of them. AJ Brown, on the other hand, has been dealing with a hamstring injury since preseason. You can clear it on a play against the Vikings that he actually aggravated it, so don't think this is just him trying to demand a trade or being pouty. Eagles have a well-timed bye week in Week 9, so expect him to return in Week 10 versus the Packers, assuming that he gets some practices in. Let's also talk about the Texans receivers. I want to start with Christian Kirk, who also has a hamstring injury. Limited data on the exact details of Christian Kirk's injury, but he missed all the practices this week. He's 28 years old, same age as AJ Brown, and soft tissue injuries like hamstring injuries are a little bit more worrisome at this age. I'd expect Kirk to miss multiple weeks with this, which is very exciting news if you just picked up Jalen Noel. Nico Collins' concussion is likely only to sideline him for 1 week, but with Kirk out, the Texans need a slot receiver. That's where Noel fits in. Solid play for this week, and compared to Jaden Higgins, has more upside for the rest of the season because this could be the opportunity he needed to claim that second receiver role in the Texans, that slot receiver role that we want. I'm worried about both Garrett Wilson and Buckyirving. It's never a good sign when a guy gets injured and then has a cryptic Instagram post talking about how much they're praying to God. Starting to look like Buckyirving probably has a separated shoulder, some AC joint injury. I expect him to be out multiple weeks. Same for Garrett Wilson. And it wouldn't be a Dr. Payanis video without acknowledging that Michael Penix likely to miss this week. I get a slight upgrade for the Falcons offense with Kirk Cousins. Thank you for tuning in, seeing me in my white jacket. I appreciate you spending a few valuable minutes of your day with me. Check out fansports.com for more rankings and news. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.